RLUSD or Ripple USD for success. And again, we think it helps the overall XRPL ecosystem because it just adds liquidity on Ledger. So we're excited about that. We are very close to, I think earlier today, somebody asked me for a timeline. I just said weeks, not months, because of, but we're getting there pretty quickly. And we just want to make sure we launch with kind of full regulatory oversight out of the gates to keep everybody happy.
We understand that scaling is with layer 2s at the moment in Ethereum strategy. And that's why it is quite fragmented, as Sergey pointed out. Hopefully, there's more kind of a thinking around changing this approach of how we ensure that there's less of that liquidity fragmentation. Hopefully, ZK as a technology can play a role there as well. But yeah, I think it's been always a big part of what we do, and I think especially with the V4 and our Aave 2030 plan is also to figure out how to move more efficiently the liquidity across these multiple different deployments that we have across these different networks.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will. During that auction that we saw a little bit before, the attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat as I'm doing this video. Remember, guys, we're the only game in town on the weekend. But we definitely see the geopolitical events heating up. Guys, the world is getting crazier and crazier. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates up on Friday. And I told you they would creep up. Now that Jerome Powell is out the way, they're moving right on back up. And we know that's going to create more volatility in the markets. Right now we have the dollar up, and we know the dollar started to move up as the Central Bank of Japan stated they're not going to raise rates just yet. But guys, we know it's coming, and it's going to set a rumble inside the global economy. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have volume in crypto right now down, Tether and USDC. And we have Tether CEO telling us the truth. Tether is the United States government best friend, and we know why. They're buying up these treasuries. And guys, we know no one wants this long-term United States debt. They're buying the short end, and that's the reason why we see yield rates higher in the short end, because that's the only risk people are willing to take. They know the United States dollar is about to crumble. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And then we have the Fed repo at $330 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And with the fourth industrial revolution coming, the central banks stay in control of the money system through stable coins and CBDCs. We know they're nothing but digital dollars, programmable money due to smart contracts. And that's the reason why Ripple is bringing on their own stablecoin. Remember, Xrp is just a synthetic stablecoin in order to move money around. But when you're talking about stable coins, you're able to program that money, telling you what, where, and when and how to buy, and you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And because we're moving to real-time settlement, they need that liquidity, and then on top of it, they want them to be buying these treasuries because, of course, if you have a stable coin, you have to back it with assets. And, of course, the only assets the central bank is going to approve is what they're putting out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then we have Aave, guys. And we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. But who controls banking? That's right, the central banks. So they're definitely going to take the technology, but they're not going to let them control the system. Like Gary Gensler said, I'm going to go over this tomorrow, they'll take your technology and use it in their system. The same way Chainlink is going to be used by SWIFT, bringing all the data off the chains where these central banks are going to know you better than you know yourself. And I'm going to give you the reason why they want all this data in the second video. So make sure you look out for that second video. I touched on it plenty of times, but it hits different now because we can clearly see this technology coming together. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And guys, we have inflation still here, and we know the Fed is going to cut rates while we have inflation, and that's going to allow the trillions and trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in these money market accounts to go ahead and move over to the emerging markets, causing a currency war, and of course, while fiat is dying, and that's going to push the globe and the stable coins. You can clearly see how they're going to do it step by step. Remember, guys, this is a plan. They're in no rush. They've already ran the simulation. They know how the people are going to react. Remember, the NWO calls the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And the solution is free money. It's going to come from blockchain, these stable coins and digital assets where they can sit at home. And we know while the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs are up. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have Magic Eden and Ubisoft release gaming NFT collection on Arbitrum based on Captain Laserhawk anime. And guys, we see gaming already changing. And when you add in this digital world, the metaverse, your life is going to be a game. And like I stated, I'm going to go over that in the second video. But I've been over this before, that 60% of the economy is going to be based off gaming. And we know millennials and Generation Z were raised off games. The only thing you have to do is go back and wonder, why is gaming so important? And now we're almost at the finish line for the fourth industrial revolution. It all makes sense. And then lastly, guys, we have Babylon. We have the U.S. election betting. Everything is a bet. We have Kalshi and Interactive Brokers. Now we'll let you bet on the race for the White House. And like I stated earlier, they already ran the simulation. They know how people are going to react while they're sitting at home getting free money. And one of those things are gaming and betting. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.